Most respected Professor Sadhu Yadav ji, the most honored Professor and Head of Department of English, Professor Arjun Kumar ji, Professor Steve Prasad ji, Dr. Anshit Pandey, R.G. Arzu Absai, and 40 research scholars present over here together with the students of the department, who often constitute a very wonderful program whenever it is organized. In fact, I am much obliged to Professor Arjun Kumar, who never misses me in inviting me to be enriched by the thought-provoking lecture in the lecture series of here, as today Professor Sarju Prasad was delivering a very nice and very stimulating lecture. In fact, comparison between Milton and Savitri was a very, very stimulating, and he has drawn our attention with the universality of the poem that is known as universal element of the poetry. I would like to summarize and also like to illustrate here in a short, in a pure word. You know, the poetry of the world, irrespective of language, whether it is written in English, Hebrew, English, or any other languages. But the universal feature of the poetry operates at four levels. Number one, diction. Number two, cadence. Number three, rhythm. And number four, feeling and rhyme. Let me explain in brief. All the words are almost the same, but the arrangement and selection of the words in particular way tends to evoke emotion. This is the quintessence of poetry. When Milton and Aurobindo were compared together, your attention is drawn to the fact that poetry becomes universal forever by virtue of all the four elements I have just mentioned. For example, let me cite this boy Prabhat, once Prabhat. He recited 4 or 6 lines in Hindi. But the way he articulated the word with particular emphasis on its pronunciation, its articulation, of course, tended to invite me immediately, and I was enamored of the boy by the way it articulated people. Where is the quality? Quality lies in correct enunciation of the word in proper intonation. Let me cite one example from Hindi. There's one poem from Gopal Singh Nepali, one poem here. Yes, Laghu Sartaka, let me cite in 2 ways, in a very normal way as well as in a static way. Yes, Laghu Sartaka behta jal, kitna सीतल कितना निर्मल, हिमगिरी के कण से निकल निकल, बढ़ता जाता आगे पल पल, यह लघु सरता का बहता जल. This is one way of recitation. This is one way of recitation of the poem. But when we try to recite it aesthetically, it evokes our emotion, it captures our attention, and it submerges us into the depth of intellectual illumination. Let me recite the same poem in different way. यह लघु सरता का बहता जल, कितना शीतल कितना निर्मल, हिमगिर के कण से निकल निकल, बहता जाता आगे पल पल, यह लघु सरता का बहता जल, कितना शीतल कितना निर्मल. You see, I decided clearly the line and the versification of the theme, but you must have noticed the cadence is different. That is modulation of the sound from one word to another, then put it together, of course, it constitutes the core of the poetry. This is the specific poetry of literature on which the entire set of poetry rests irrespective of the languages. And here is the beauty. Here lies the beauty of both the poetry, Aurobindo as well as Milton. Now one such scholar raised one question right now about the approach towards women in Savitri as well as in Milton. You see, the poetry is byproduct of culture. Oriental culture is contrasted with the Occidental one. Perhaps all of you must be aware. In India, particularly in Indian literature, you know that there is one line, Naryastu yatra pujyante ramante tatra devata. Where the women are worshipped, the god roam around there. This is one approach in Hindi literature. But in Western literature, it's something different because there is no concept of worship there. But the one fact is universally true for all literature, irrespective of the world. It is the intensity of libido which binds the boundary of men and women. When men and women of the world cannot liberate themselves from any angle because it is the binding force of libido which makes you woo the women, makes you courtship for the women. Courtship is universal feature. Everywhere, the lover and beloved behave exactly in the same way because of the force of libido. And the research scholar pointed out about the lovelier aspect of the women when Adam was trying to court her. It was simply because of the intensity of libido which bind together. So in literature, you will have to study, perhaps you must be aware, sex and libido are two different things. Sex are physical ones, but libido combines both the physical and emotional, the plasticity and nearness together, right? So it is the libido which plays important role in literature, which the such scholar wanted to be answered, right? Because I know that you have heard your professor listening lecture today, and you are waiting. We have got a couple of such scholars today. One Prabhat, he was my most favorite student. Another was my favorite student, Gopal Chorka. So they are waiting to be interviewed. They are waiting to be questioned for whoever was the examination. Without taking much of the time, I simply would like to add one point here. I am really full of praise for your head of the department, Arjun Prasad. I happen to be head of the department of this department here, but I'm glad to see that Arjun Kumar has definitely outshined me in respect of the arrangement of this conference. He has set up a set of two students, two announcers. First it was Neha Bharti and Vansh Prabhat. Second one Prachi and Samdar Vivek. And both of them operated very well. I don't know how much they were made to practice it very well. So I arranged it, but in my time I could not succeed in imagining how to make the program more effective. In that respect, Arjun has definitely outdone me. Second thing, this class is full of students. This class is packed to its capacity. The entire hall is full. But you see, there is no whisper sound anywhere. All the students are paired to be listening to the lecture. All the students are paired to be listening to the lecture with rapt attention. It simply shows that Arjun has made you practice how to absorb the content to be delivered to you. And it is the assimilation of the content which makes you great in the time to come. There are 14 such scholars here, right? PhD research scholars. I would like to tell them post of teachers. Simply, he is supposed to be head expert of the University Service Commission, where all of you, the lecturers, research scholars, are likely to be selected for assistant professor. So I would like to say, you must try to maintain the similar dignity of literature. You must try to show the similar strain of discipline, because discipline is one of the cardinal features to make you perfect in your days to come. And that's why I'm glad to see that the students during the regime of Arjun Prasad have done much better than in my time. So this credit goes to him. And my two scholars, my two students are here, Prabhat and Gopal Chowta. He has passed during my regime, and now he is to appear. They are to appear before you. Anyway, with these words, I would like to thank once again to Professor Arjun Kumar, Professor Stuti Prasad, and a band of guest faculty, Anchit Pandey, Arzu, Abhishek, and all the rest. I'm thankful to you for listening me with that. Thank you very much.